that's kind of where they're going to. As part of that, they have also changed something else that has been around for thousands of years, and yet it hasn't. What they've changed, if you've listened to us for very long, you know that this is going to be the way it is. But I'm going to make it official because this is what they said. Everyone thinks of the great I am, Yahweh, whatever you want to call it. They've changed that. There is no I in I am. There is only amness. And we are all, and everything, every rock, every tree, every animal, everything, the entire universe is just amness. And so that is the heart of the whole message that they wanted to put out.
Right.
But they gave me an illustration, a very physical illustration of this. Um, this actually happened starting Friday night, but I didn't find out about it until Saturday morning. Okay.
Okay.
So Saturday morning, I get up like any other day and I go out and I do what I do outside and such. And as I'm walking back toward the house, now I have a very long driveway. Okay. My driveway is probably at least 200 feet long. Okay. So it's a pretty long driveway. Well, up about 10 feet from the top of my driveway toward the house, sitting in the middle of the driveway, is a phone. And I'm going, a phone? What's it doing there? I haven't had any visitors in weeks.
Like a
I
cell
haven't had
phone?
anybody here in weeks. How did a phone get there? So I asked my partner and I said, did you have anybody's phone in your car that might have fallen out or anything? No, no, no. Okay, well, so I've got this phone and I'm looking at the phone and I'm trying to figure out what to do with this and such. And so I asked my neighbor, I said, well, I didn't ask her. I said, "Hey, I found this phone on my driveway this morning." And she said, oh, um, about 11, somewhere between 11 and 11:30 last night, my son and I were up talking after I got everything done. And her son is a teenager. And they were up talking, and just boom, the dogs went off, and one of them gave out the alarm. I mean, he sounded the alarm in a huge way, kind of thing.
Right.
And so they grabbed the flashlights and ran out to see if they could see anything. And they said they thought they saw people, at least one person, they saw beings running away. Okay, now whoever had the phone and lost the phone knows that I have a security system that, that cannot be
Yeah.
denied.
Wow.
But I still have this phone, and what am I supposed to do with it? So we started looking at it and trying it, and well, there's a lot of Japanese written in the phone, messages written in the phone from normal names. Well, the one name that it had is a normal English kind of name, writing in Japanese to some person unknown, because I don't see, all I'm seeing, the phone is locked, and all I'm seeing is the texts that are coming through. And
Okay.
it's specifically one person making these texts come through.
Hmm.
And I'm like, no wonder. So we started, actually, my neighbor's teenage son started it, took the messages and got them translated. And at first they were they're really not much to speak about. It was there you could put connotations on it and such, but it was kind of normal stuff. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't seem to mean anything. Well, later that day, a message came across. Um, the first part of the message came from somebody who was Japanese, and it was in Japanese, and I got it translated. I figured out how to do that. I'm proud of myself. Um, but I figured out that the Japanese said that this person who owned the phone was about to make a trip to Japan. And I'm like, well, now that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then just a little bit after that came this reminder about your flight is tomorrow. And it had an email address on it. Okay, now I know who this person is who has this flight coming up tomorrow who doesn't have their phone. Now, my question for everyone is at this point, what do you think should be done with this? There's two, at least two, but two main ways that you can deal with this. You can think of this person as possibly a criminal, and you can start thinking about how can I find more information and what can I do and make sure that they're not coming back and all this fear-based stuff. Or you can do what I did and you can think, if I were that person in that spot right now, about to make an international flight, and I haven't got my phone has either been stolen or lost or whatever, but my phone is not in my possession. And I already know because I've made international flights before. They're not particularly um, easeful beforehand. The
Right.
flights themselves may be very easeful, maybe, but getting to that point is not easeful. And the
Mm.
last thing this person needs at this point in time is somebody interrogating them. Where did you lose your phone? Who got it? Did you blah, 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 blah? No, this person needs the time to be able to get to where they're going as peacefully as possible.
Wow.
So I sent an email to this person and I said, your phone, I found your phone on my driveway this morning. And almost immediately, she, because the name is translated into a female name, which is her name is Japanese, but it translates into a female name. And she speaks perfect English or writes perfect English. And she said, can I come pick it up right now? Of course, I'm doing email, and most of us do not live by our email waiting for this. So I didn't get the message for about half an hour later. And I came back in and checked, and there was this message. Can I come get it now? So I wrote back, sure. And I gave her my address. Well, now from my house to the airport on a good day is 45 minutes. She's going to get it from wherever she is, which may be the airport, all the way back there and back and still make her flight. So there was this lag time between answering when I gave her my address. And then she sent one back and she said, I'm going to have, someone that's closely tied to the relatives of my family, someone I know, come and pick it up if that's okay with you. And I thought, sure, why not? Now I know that the other way of dealing with this would have been interrogate, take to the police. What can you learn from this? Blah, 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 blah. How are you going to keep me safe? Well, I'm not really sure that way would have worked at all. I'm not sure it would have been any better. I'm not sure how other people feel about this, but where I live, I have seen many incidents where the police actually are not helpful and are actually connected to the criminals.
Yeah.
So I thought, and I got chided for this. Believe me, I got chided for this. I thought there has to be a better way. And what I ended up doing, this more calm, peaceful way, which is actually something that can be in a respectful way, is something that can be a model. I don't know who she is. I have no idea what she does or anything about her. But I can give her one little bit that she might be able to use to move forward in whatever direction she is moving. And I thought about it later, and isn't that what the masters have all done?
Mm.
Isn't that, and they did it against all kinds of chiding too.
Yeah.
but that's and Buddha, there's stories of the Buddha and how he, you know, helped helped I mean huge career criminals become monks. Now I'm not saying that's going to happen in this case, but I had the choice of fear or love, and I chose love. And
Amazing.
I'm it made it, even if it doesn't do anything for her life, and I don't know because I don't know her.
Mm-hmm.
What it did for my life was give me peace in a situation that could have been very upsetting.
Yes.
And so for that, it's at least something good. And so this little message from this, which is going to be summed up in the words from Paul Selig, is as crucial today as it was thousands of years ago, but it also works in small situations like this one. And what his guides say is, and this is a quote, what you damn damns you back. What you bless blesses you. I didn't consciously have that in my mind when I did this, but that's what I did. I
Mm-hmm.
chose the love way, the blessing way,
Mm-hmm.
instead of the harsh way.
Mm-hmm.
And so that story I really want everyone to be aware of, because this is change happening all around us. I've never had anything like that happen in my yard before.
Yeah.
And by doing what I did, there is the possibility that whoever put that phone or dropped that phone or left that phone there may understand this is not somebody I really want to mess with. I want, if this person is going to treat us that well, we want to let that person be. What you damn damns you back. What you bless blesses you.
It's powerful. And it's not always easy to make that decision in this, society. And yet, it is easy to make that decision.
It's just a choice.
Exactly.